Hello and welcome to the Too Many Words podcast. This is episode 38. Wow. I'm joined here with my co-host, Isaac. I am Jordan. Isaac, take it away.
Yes, this is yours truly, Isaac William Joseph, as per usual, as per part of your week, the Too Many Words podcast. Thank you, Jordan, with another wonderful intro. Jordan.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it has been a long week, kind of related to what I'm going to talk about today. But Jordan, I am so blessed to say that I share almost nothing but good news.
Good news, everybody.
I bring the good news.
I made a Futurama reference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bringing good news is also a reference to biblical stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I'm decked out in Raiders stuff. I'll gladly get into that later. That's obviously part of the podcast.
Later, Raider.
Yeah. Later, Raider. You know, when I was writing as a sports writer, I wanted to be known as like the Raider writer. Would have been nice. But Jordan, let's start out with I've been thinking about, what are you looking at? What, my hockey toy?
It's new.
It's not new.
I mean, it's new to the wall.
It's new decor to the studio. But yeah, I guess I'll start with that. It's spring cleaning, you know, and so we went through our garage at the house and we resurfaced a lot of stuff that I own. So there's boxes here and there in the basement that I still got to go through. Thinking about selling a couple things.
What's that?
That is a ball card display case. Yeah, but what Jordan just noticed is my Wayne Gretzky figure up on the wall. Super old toy. It probably was manufactured when he was playing for the Rangers.
1997.
Yeah, he's too good of a player to... It's so weird. Like, he's known as the hockey GOAT, but he played for like 4 different teams. It's really weird. But I mean, I guess that's normal these days, but back then I don't think it would be that normal. But anyways, Jordan, I'm thinking about reformatting the podcast.
No.
I think it's getting a little lengthy at the end, so I'm bringing some things from the end to the beginning.
No.
Let's open it up. Let's open up the episode with something cute, something small. What you learned this week, brother?
I learned that you can, in some vehicles, you can put it into neutral from underneath the car.
Excuse me? Tell me how.
Apparently there's a little bolt that you can unscrew from the transmission, and you can just put your finger up in there and you can switch it to neutral.
So you're saying we can ruin a lot of people's days.
Yeah.
Or at least confuse them for a little bit.
That was a little trick I learned from a former tow truck driver and the son of the guy I bought my car from.
Wow. Anyone listening, do not use this new information for criminal practice. Thank you very much.
Don't do that.
What I learned this week... Do I say this, or do I just say only nice things about my workplace?
That's
I learned a lot. Oh man, I'm trying to pick from like the giant thing. I learned that workman's comp at work is a very complicated process.
Yes.
I've never done workman's comp. I mean, I kind of did, but I kind of didn't because they took me to the workman's... I used to work at Homemakers, and they took me to a workman's comp clinic that they had because I had told them that there were some issues with my elbows. And then they found out that my issues with my elbows was off the job. And then they're like, oh, yeah, we can't deal with this. So I kind of had an idea of what workman's comp was. But, yeah, I just learned that it's that much more complicated especially when you have a job that doesn't really exactly want you to do that, especially if they treat it as like, last option, But yeah, workman's comp is one hell of a thing. Yeah, maybe I'll think of something better that I learned this week, something more positive. You know what I learned this week? I learned that I am not wasting my time as a future writer and director. I truly, truly, truly believe that. All right, that was the end of that segment of learning stuff. Guys, never forget the importance of learning. Whether you're in school, whether you're out of school, okay? You learn something every day. And that's not just a cliche, baby. Hey, how was your week, brother?
Long.
Long.
But also incredibly short.
Incredibly short. That doesn't make any sense,
I know that's an
Jordan.
oxymoron. My week was incredibly exhausting because I haven't had a day off since Monday. But also, the week flew by, and next thing I know, it's Sunday. So, yeah. And I probably won't get a day off until Friday. My next scheduled day off is Wednesday, but I might have to work that day. So, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say it. I'm tired.
You bought the car that we talked about last week.
Oh, yeah. On Monday. When was our last recording?
Our last recording was Friday.
Okay, so yeah. On Monday, I went
9
and saw...
days ago.
I went and saw the red 88 Camaro I was looking at. Then I agreed that I was going to purchase it. Then Tuesday, I did.
Yeah, doing the things we said we do. That's very hard for me.
I got off work at 4, and immediately from that moment, I was in the process of getting the money, going to my grandpa's, getting the trailer, going to Walmart, buying trailer lights, and then going to get the car. So, from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., I was in car getting mode because 10 p.m. is the time that we got the car back to the house. And then the following day was the day that we put the car into the driveway because Simon had to work, so he just dropped the trailer in the front yard. I'll admit, on Wednesday, that was the day we did it. So on Thursday, I was pretty sore, man. I was hurting all over. Everything hurts. Everything still hurts. The car kind of rolled over my ankle a little bit. So, I'm actually still feeling that one. Old and painful is great. The car's all right. I discovered it doesn't have an alternator, so I bought one of those. It'll be here Monday. Lots of little things here and there. You can check out the entire progress of how everything's going to go and how everything is going on my TikTok page. It's .justjordan. I've converted it to a car account, I guess. I don't know. I was like, I want to document this. Guys. Yeah, I wanted to document the process, okay? And I was like, TikTok is great media right now. We'll just do that.
Another car has taken over another TikTok account. Down goes the third friend of mine that has done that.
Third?
Ursan Eli.
I think Ursan was always like that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So
it's whatever.
Eli converted his though, like I did. But that's okay. Car accounts are cool. Okay, man. I'll say it.
Car accounts can be cool.
I like the ones that are doing builds and I see progress on and that look neat and everything.
Yeah, that's why you invest in it.
Yeah.
You don't really want to follow an account and you see the same stupid car every single day.
Yeah, exactly. I bought the car. I got the car home. It's got a flat tire. I got to replace all 4 tires regardless. But it's just I've been done a little tinkering with it here and there, just like barely anything. I would have done more yesterday, but Isaac was getting antsy in the pants. So, and then today, fun fact, I mentioned Sime. He's the guy who hauled my grandpa's trailer to bring the car back
Why
to
are we
the house.
explaining who Simon is?
He's also a friend of the podcast.
Episode 6.
Yes. I was getting to that, asshole.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like, I actually thought this out. Fuck you, I'll fight you. Fight you.
Continue.
No, I'm just kidding. I won't fight him.
Continue.
Anyways, I guess I got him in a certain kind of mood because after I was showing him my Camaro, he started searching Facebook, and he had found this really, the 78 Camaro that was running. It was white, and it was listed for $4,800, and he was going to talk him down to $4,000. He got there to check out the car. Turns out it was actually a piece of shit. Like, awful. Barely ran. Barely. So, anyways, he went through the whole same process. He got a personal loan. I guess I just influenced him so well. So today he went and looked at another Camaro. I guess he looked at both of them today, didn't he? Yeah, he looked at another Camaro today, which is an '89 Camaro, a year newer than mine. And then he bought it for $2,000. That one does run, and it does run fairly all right.
Fairly all right.
7 out of 10.
7 out of
On
10.
just the running aspect. Honestly, probably the whole car is probably a 7 out of 10. Honestly.
7 out of 10.
But yeah, no, we went through that process. He bought it, drove it home, filled up my gas tank, and then I drove straight here. So yeah, now we're Camaro bros, I guess.
Heck yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty interesting how Simon can just drop that kind of money.
Well, considering he paid off all of his loans thanks to Jeezy, so
Jeezy paid off his loans for him?
kinda. Slime's gonna be our slave for the next foreseeable future.
Okay.
So Jeezy paid Slime to do all of our housework.
I mean, he seems like pretty trustworthy with that stuff anyways.
So Jeezy gave him a amount of money that I'm not going to disclose, but yeah. So he just went to the bank. I want a loan for $4,000, and they're like, "Fuck yeah!" And then they gave it to him.
He asked for $50K, didn't he?
What?
Simon?
No,
$25K.
I didn't want to disclose it for a reason, but okay.
$20K.
No.
No.
Moving on.
I'll figure it out.
You could just ask him.
I'll ask you.
Okay.
We don't talk anymore.
That's your own fault.
That's not my fault.
That's not your fault. It's partially your fault, but like not because
That's
of
involving me.
involving you. That's a good way to put it.
It's okay. I still love Simon. Even if he doesn't love me.
I think
It's my toxic trait.
I think that whole thing will blow over eventually.
It will. Anyways.
What else was I gonna say? Yeah, no, it's a car buying time of the year, I guess. But it's a really good time because honestly, a lot of the prices have gone back down. I mentioned to you yesterday, JDM cars, their prices are definitely on the up right now. So if you look at like any of the like Supras, the Skylines, all that junk, it's actually a lot higher than they used to be. But because of that, muscle cars are on the down. So you can go get yourself a nice muscle car for a halfway decent price right now.
Yeah.
You should do it.
No.
Maybe not you, but like just our viewers. Maybe just one of our viewers.
I
did
think-
send you one though on Facebook that I saw in person today because it was sold by the same guy that sold Slime his Camaro. You might want to take a look at it at some point, but
I think, considering that I have this internship that's going to be giving me some money, and this whatever full-time job I get, I think I'm going to be raking in some, I think
just building up wealth is a good idea.
I'm going to the goal for this summer is to get a new car. Sometimes you just got to fold, take the hit, be honest with yourself, be like, I gotta get a different car. My mom is forbidding me to drive the truck right now.
Why?
Because she drove it once.
Okay.
She's like, that's a death trap.
No more so than it was when you bought it. Honestly,
Right?
a lot less so than when you bought it. but,
Right?
like,
Right? So, yeah. But anyways, she's I don't know. There's some stupid talks about me driving the Beamer or her truck for a little bit. I mean, I can do that for the summer. Build up, I don't know, $2,000 over the summer. Sell the truck for $3,000.
I think you could sell that truck for $5,000 still.
Yeah, $5,000. And then get a different car. That'd be nice. Anyways.
Now we move on to Isaac.
Dude.
Isaac has got a lot to say.
So many. Banger after banger.
Start in
after
chronological
banger.
order, okay? First
Okay,
things first.
Monday, I sprained my back at work. That's okay. Workers' comp, as previously mentioned, we're going to get that taken care of, okay? Never been actually legitimately injured on the job. I shouldn't say sprained.
How are you feeling right now?
Strained. So any day that I take my ibuprofen, I'm flowing. But whether or not this is what I tell my work. I'm like, hey, just 'cause it's not killing me right now doesn't mean that it's as good as it was before I hurt myself. Because, say I really relax in this chair, I can feel it. It hurts. There's tension. It sucks. Say if I want to stretch this way, I feel it. It hurts. Okay? I don't have to be crying in front of my boss for them to be like, maybe they should get workman's comp. Or at least I shouldn't have to. But anyways. That same Monday, probably the biggest sign that I should actually pursue this as a career happened, which is writing and directing. For regular listeners, last 2 episodes I've been talking about this school film homework
For a little while now.
Yeah. Well, whether it's been changing in ideas and stuff like that, I know the last 2 episodes, it was completely 2 different movies, but I turned in that film of how we couldn't make a film. You guys at this point, anybody who listens here, 90% chance you've seen it. I come with good news. That got voted best in class. It's the same thing we did with all the other projects this semester. We all turn it in, and as a class, we watch them one by one. And as a class, we vote on who did the best. All semester, I did not get a single dang vote. And then all of a sudden, I have the best short film in class. Did you watch that Deadpool video?
What Deadpool video?
The Deadpool video that the other group made?
You never sent it to me.
Yes, I did.
I
You lazily agreed that it was immediately better than mine. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. And then you just carried on with your life. I think you didn't want to waste 4 minutes, 59 seconds.
No, I remember
of your
you telling me watch this other person's video, but I don't remember watching it.
Oh.
I remember waiting
That's
for
probably
you to send it
because
to me.
you didn't watch it. But I sent it to you. It's whatever. Don't watch it now, okay? We can watch it later.
Oh, it's right there, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not watch that.
Nope. But anyways, Jordan, I've been meaning to hold a lot of other information pertaining to this film. And going on 5 days straight has been
The way you've been
pretty
hyping it
painful.
up, it better be big news.
been
Better
pretty
be
painful.
big info, big good news.
So, the video that gets voted the best gets a 20-point bonus on the final grading of it.
That's sick.
Yeah. And yeah, so that means even if my film was an 80 out of 100, that means it's an A. But it was out of 200 points. I go and check the grade. Even before adding the 20 points, which he did, I had 198 out of 200 points for the short film, Jordan. Divide that in half, 99 out of 100. That's a 99% on the freaking assignment. Jordan bumped my 92% in the class to a 96 in the class. I have 218 points out of 200 on that freaking assignment, and that's so sick. So sick. And Jordan, that's not even the the best part.
Okay. Go
Because
on.
my teacher has the merit to. Every single year, the best voted film in the class he submits to the local Des Moines Film Festival that's coming this summer.
Nice.
And he's very transparent about it. He's like, they might take it, they might not. But if they do, we have a lot of things to do. He's like, you have to appear on a panel with everybody involved with the movie. And he said, and I quote, including your friend that was holding the camera.
You're joking.
No.
You're joking.
No.
You're joking.
No! I'm
I
not!
can't do that.
Yes, you will!
Oh, God.
You will!
Okay.
He's like, and me, the teacher, we will all be on a panel at some time during the film festival, and we will talk about how you made this film.
You know what I'll say? Isaac asked me to come to film it, and I did. And then that was the end of it.
Oh, man. So, yeah, super, super grateful. You did a great job acting surprised that it was going to be turned into the film festival. I think I
didn't tell me that.
I know, but I feel like I kind of gave it away with all this hype.
I didn't even know about the film festival.
Yeah. This is big, man. Especially if it gets accepted. I don't think. Don't worry. I don't think it's gonna get accepted.
Well, of course you don't.
There's like a lot of things. Like honestly, it could easily get remastered if we just tried that again.
Yeah.
You know, get a. Even if it's Sameta again, which is the actress in my short film, even if it's Sameta again, had she been like a little bit more available, we could have taken a lot more takes that would have been better, you know. But time crunch, lack of money, lack
now
of
what
audio.
you gotta do is just turn this short film into a real film.
What, like an hour and a half long film?
No, like a 20-minute film.
No, thank you. There's plenty of short films that are 5 minutes. I think I'll stick to those.
Well, fine. 10 minutes.
Okay.
Make it just a little bit better.
I don't know. I don't think it needs much more, honestly. What would you add?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. But, yeah. This is really good news. It really made me believe in myself as a writer and a director that I am in the right field. Because, like, I don't know. Writing articles about sports is a hell of a lot different than telling a story, you know? But apparently, I'm pretty decent in both. And that makes me really happy. That really makes me, like, it's not even just up to my opinion, because my opinion is always just like, oh, you're the worst writer on planet Earth. A lot of other, I get enough people to say the good stuff about me. I'm like, I'm in the bag, baby. And so, that was really...
You know what makes
really,
me feel terrible sometimes?
Really special. What's that?
I could hype you up and talk good about you and all that shit, but it won't make a damn difference.
Well, yeah, you're my best friend.
That's some bullshit.
I
to
need
me.
someone who hates me, or at least doesn't know me.
I don't care who the fuck says it. If you say something, I'm going to be like, really?
Jordan,
What?
you are absolutely precious when you wear that hoodie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you believe it?
Yeah.
Good. Because it's true.
Look at me.
Anyways, yeah, and Jordan found this out through Facebook, and anybody listening who is on my Facebook already knows this. But some more good news came my way less than 24 hours after the fact, and it's about the internship that I was talking about last episode. I got it. I got the internship.
At a radio station.
Yeah. Just like my previous work, we're not going to really mention that station.
Oh.
Unless they condone it, but I work for a
Said
radio
promote
station
them, but okay.
locally. What?
I'd say we could promote them. Maybe they'll sponsor us.
Promote them. They'll sponsor us, yeah, with the things we've said on this
No,
podcast.
that's a very valid point.
Mm.
Very valid
Maybe
point.
if it was laser. But,
Yeah, laser would.
but there's your hint. It's not laser. It's not laser.
I wish it was.
It's okay. Maybe that's after this one. But anyways, yeah, super thankful, super blessed to actually be accepted into this internship. Maybe after the summer they offer me like a real position there. That'd be really sick.
Maybe you take this internship.
But they sent me the email, and what they said is they liked my personality and my drive to learn in stuff like this, because I mean, I don't have the best resume, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only intern. I mean, let me rephrase that. I'm pretty sure it's not often that an intern comes in and they say, I have like over 6 months worth of freelance video or audio production. So I kind of got an idea of what this is, but I'm here to do better at that and learn more about that. And I guess that was a really appealing quality in me, and they really liked that. And
he's gonna become more of a know-it-all than me.
Not true.
Wow.
I still hate tech. Still hate it so much.
I
always need a guy like you that says, plug this here, turn this here. Click that. IBS. Anyways. Anyways. Yeah, they said that they hired 2 interns so they can have more of an opportunity for me to actually learn radio-related stuff. Because a regular intern under this radio station, they're going to be doing just a lot of
coffee,
paid volunteer work, which is, you're under a tent at, the Des Moines Art Festival, Des Moines Music Festival, the
video
state
festival, the
fair.
festival.
Dude, the email, the PDF that they sent me did not explicitly say that I'll be at the film festival. But wouldn't that be silly?
That would
if I
be
got accepted
very
into the
silly.
film festival and then I'm also working the film festival. I'll be like, hey guys, I gotta go for about an hour to talk about my film.
They'd be like, "You're what? You're in the film festival?" And that's when you're like, "Yeah,
Yeah." Dude,
this dude's the real deal."
That would really chalk up to be one of the best days of my life this year. But, I'm still, expect the worst, hope for the best.
Broccoli.
I'm not expecting to be accepted into the film festival, as I just mentioned, but it feels good to think about it, I'll tell you that much. But, yeah. What you messing with, bro? Can you not? Can you 100% not? That thing will poke you. It will poke you. Okay. For those of you just listening, he's wearing the Crash Bandicoot that's in the background of his video feed.
Keep talking.
Well, okay, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yep,
What
and
else
this is
is
terrible podcasting. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then my wonderful week continued on Wednesday, and for the first 3 holes of frisbee golf, I was a 99 overall frisbee golfer. Wonderful, it was wonderful. But then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday really speaks for itself when I say your boy Isaac, the Raiders fan, went to the NFL draft. Surprisingly, Mason's idea. He's like, hey man, it's in Kansas City this year. It's never been this close and never will be closer to us for the NFL draft. And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. And we did no preparation for this at all. So Hannah, me, Mason, Jackie, we're going to be broke for at least a week. But it's okay. I'm not really, my gas tank's full. My monthly expenses are paid. I have a fridge that is, ran by my mother. So I'm not too worried. I mean, I'd like to have more money, and I'd like to know sooner rather than later where my next paycheck's coming from. But yeah, we're aside from money, the trip was amazing. The trip was amazing. Jordan, you just grabbed up a hat.
Man, I was gonna intro that. Or like,
Go ahead.
I was gonna be like, Isaac, where else did you go in Kansas City? He went to a barbecue place. Bryant's Barbecue. Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. Kansas City.
So, my wonderful video production teacher, Mr. McNabb, Kansas City was brought up. Kansas City was brought up in one of our classes. And he's like, there's only one place to go that has good, real Kansas City barbecue. And that's Arthur Bryant's. And I'm like, okay, noted. And I forgot. And so a couple weeks ago, I actually emailed him, hey, what was that place you said? And he emailed me, Arthur Bryant's. And so, of course, we had to go to Arthur Bryant's. Arthur Bryant's is definitely a timepiece landmark in Kansas City. You walk in, you see every celebrity or important person that has ever been there framed on the wall. You see a bunch of other related things framed on the wall, and they have definitely earned the title of best Kansas City barbecue in KC. Hannah and I, since it was draft week, Hannah and I, we waited an hour and a half in line to get our food. I got burnt ends. She got a brisket burger sandwich.
Those burnt ends were.
What?
I bet those burnt ends were real something, weren't they?
The burnt ends were amazing. Hannah says, if you ask Hannah, she's like, yeah, that was definitely not worth an hour and a half wait. And I say, yeah, it's probably not this long of a wait. But, yeah, I still grabbed that hat to encase the moment because it was still amazing barbecue. Hannah would probably give that like a 7.5 out of 10. Jordan, I'd probably give this a 9 out of 10 because I make 10 out of 10 barbecue. But anyways, yeah, it was great. But before all that, you see, I kind of regret not going to NFL Draft Day 2. We only went to NFL Draft Day 1. And we didn't even see it on the side where, it matters, which is watching them show up on stage live. But I still had a great time. It was kind of like the carnival, but NFL everything, dude. Seriously, like there was food stands, there was trailers that open up and it's actually small merchandise stores. And
really?
Yeah, I actually got a surprising amount of variety. It was not just all Kansas City merch stuff. It was literally every team. If you were a fan of any team, you could pick yourself something up. And I got this chain. This giant chain. Hey, Jordan. This is 1/4 the size of the largest chain that you could get. Giant Raiders shield you could have gotten. Ridiculous.
Nice.
But it was $60. But even if it was free, I would have still never gotten this. I feel like this is more appropriate. I don't think I would ever wear a giant chain that big. I feel like that would get in the way of so many things, so I did not get that. But, yeah, it was so fun because, Jordan, I'm a bit of a narcissist. I was fully decked out as a Raiders fan in Kansas City. Now think about that. Jordan, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was looking on Facebook.
Okay. I was in a sea of red, brother.
Yeah.
Sea of red.
You were, cause
Guess what? Guess what?
What?
That did not put me down in the slightest.
Oh, yeah. Why would it?
Because I'm in the minority in that situation. But I actually loved it. And this is why I think I could definitely be a bad guy in pro wrestling. There was a moment. Okay, so there's these giant projector screens from point to point in the area because not everybody's going to be. There was over 80,000 people there Of course, not everybody's going to be able to see what's happening on stage. Regardless of that, my only regret in the entire trip is that we could not find the correct side. But I still was able to watch it. I was still able to enjoy it. We left right after the Bears pick. We got to go home early. I got to finish my essay. Aside from that, there was this point where the hostesses of the NFL, they were going through each team to celebrate, and they were like, okay, let's go to the NFC West, or the AFC West. And they get to the Raiders. And I stand up in front of like all these people that are also watching this screen, and I'm like, yeah, Raiders, Raiders, in front of like 100 red people, right? And they all boo me. They all boo me. And Hannah's like, please don't do that again. But, dude, that felt so good to get heat from these people, dude. I was like, heck yeah, you hate me. Yeah.
Did you see anyone else stand up?
There was this Falcons fan.
No, for the Raiders.
Oh, for the Raiders? There was a couple Raiders fans near me in that moment. But I will tell you, a surprising amount of black and silver was there. But it was mandatory. I had to say, go Raiders, every time I passed them, because it's hard out here for a pimp in KC for the silver and black. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Jordan, because I was a Raiders fan, I got interviewed by a draft representative.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He looks like one of those guys that are like entry level trying to be a journalist for the NFL, and he's like employed by the NFL. He had like this pass and everything. And he's like, hey man, let me talk to you. Are you from Las Vegas? I'm like, no, I'm from Iowa. We kind of just pick our teams over there.
That's true.
Yeah. He's like, okay, that's great. So you're a Raiders fan. You having a hard time at all in Kansas City? I'm like, well, since I am from Iowa, this is not my first rodeo in KC at all. Of course, being in KC, there's a lot of red, but surprising amount of black and silver out here. Real recognize real. We keep it moving, and we'll have a real good time. There's no game going on right now, so maybe not right now there's any bad blood. See, the Kansas City Chiefs, their Super Bowl was back in February. The draft is the Raiders' Super Bowl because we suck every year. He's like, okay, cool. And then he's like, so who do you want the Raiders to draft? And I'm like, you see, I hear a lot of reports that the Raiders want to get a corner. But there's also, all this hoopla about who our quarterback's going to be, And
yeah, because you guys got rid of
Derek Carr. We have Jimmy Garoppolo, though. So I don't think... I already said, I was like, I'm not a big fan of C.J. Stroud. I kind of really like Richardson from Florida. But at the end of the day, I don't really pick who I want anymore because the Raiders never get them. So, yeah. He's like, all right, thank you. He's like, what's your name? And please spell it. I'm like, oh, I was going to spell it for you already, baby girl.
Isaac William Joseph.
Imagine I spelled my full name out for him. He would be listening back. He's like, he spelled his second middle name wrong. But anyways, yeah, it was really special over there.
That's when you should have been like, check out the Too Many Words podcast. All right, I'm out.
But yeah, that was really special. See, there was like a bunch of things that where he said, hey, we'll come back on day 2 and do this. And then we never went to day 2. Mainly because Hannah didn't want to drop Mason and I off at the location when we were near it on day 2.
Why?
She's like, I'm not driving in Kansas City. Have you seen these people out here? And Jordan, I was like the only person that was depended on to drive the entire trip. It was insane.
That sounds really annoying, actually.
A little bit, but
What
yeah,
about
she's
Jackie?
like, what?
Was Jackie there?
Yeah, but I don't think Hannah wanted Jackie or Mason to drive her car.
Well, I know Mason, but why not Jackie? Jackie's trustworthy.
I mean, yeah, but like, Hannah doesn't know Jackie like that, at least. But anyways, yeah, they were just never. I could never convince Hannah to just drop us off. And the reason why I really wanted him to drop us off is because at any point in the day for day 2 of the NFL draft, at any point I would decide to actually do day 2, I would have to take the girls back to the hotel, which is easily 30 minutes away from the city. Go back to the draft area. Find a freaking parking spot.
Why not just have them go with
which
you?
Which is difficult because Hannah, she went to draft day 1, and she enjoyed it. But she was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that again." And then Jackie, she was not interested at all.
I mean, the whole point of the trip was to go to the draft.
Yeah. I know.
It seems kind of redundant that you didn't go to the second day of the draft. Because that was like the draft was that's still like the point.
Well, that's why I'm explaining why we didn't do day 2, brother.
The reasons you're giving me, I think, are bullshit.
And there's also a lot of walking, and my back hurts.
But you wanted to go to day 2.
If my back was, I was on the fence about day 2, and I had been on the fence the whole time about day 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I was like, I can dedicate
that.
KC to just exploring it. I mean, I had already seen KC quite a few times, but we went to this outlet mall. It was fun.
Oh, okay. I was trying to tell you to put it on.
Sure, I could put it on. Arthur Bryant's barbecue. But yeah, day 2 was just really exploring KC. We went to Arthur Bryant's. We went to this one place that Hannah really wanted to go to, where they served like this 2-foot-long vase of a milkshake that all 4 of us tried to finish, but we couldn't.
Weak.
It was weak. They kept on judging me that I was like drinking a lot of it. I was like, bro, we have a mission. And so yeah, we took half of it to go, and we didn't finish it.
Pathetic.
Absolutely
pathetic.
I agree with you, Jordan. Freaking pathetic.
We got to go there again, just you and me, and we'll just get one for each of us.
One for each of us. No thanks. That's at least 4,000 calories, dog.
Yeah, that's the fun.
That's not fun.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
How is it not?
You feel like garbage the rest of the day.
No.
And maybe even tomorrow morning. Food hangover. Milky shake.
That's not real.
Hangover.
That's
okay?
not real.
Whatever.
That's a concept invented by people who try to be skinny.
Whatever.
And they want to feel good about eating healthy food.
That's not even that.
They make people think that it makes you feel bad to eat food that actually tastes good.
Okay. I kind of eat whatever.
Yeah.
But like as soon as I feel like I've eaten too much, I feel like I'm 500 pounds. And I don't like feeling like that, Jordan. Okay? Tell you that. Tell you that much.
Weak.
Whatever. But yeah. Any questions about the KC
Talk
trip?
about everywhere else you went to. You went to a couple places you didn't mention yet.
I went to this place called Vintage Stock, which is kind of like the J's of KC. Yeah, at one point I ran into like the entire line of the new Guardians movie figures. And, that's a goal of mine to get all of them, but I'm not really in the monetary state. Right now, up here, I have 3 of them, but 2, actually, no, I only have 2 of them from the line. Here, let me just adjust this camera.
Yeah, you didn't grab.
Yeah, we got Groot over here, and we got Star-Lord over here. Groot is thanks to my best friend across the table from me. He got it from me. And he also got Adam Warlock, which is sitting out in the living room.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're just working on it. Well,
hey.
It's not often I get Marvel Legends.
You need one
mainly
more,
because I prioritize wrestling figures, but I also did get the Legends Bret Hart Ultimate Edition figure.
Dude, where's that hiding at?
I can bring it.
I wanted to see that one actually.
Say something funny. That's not funny.
Grab Adam Warlock while you're in there. Oh, I'm very hungry. But, like, I think everywhere's going to be closed by the time I get home. And I don't think I have any real food at home. Yeah. Look at him. I like this one. Look at that cape. Look at that cape. Cape is sick. He does look skinny, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my lord. Those knees are something else. You weren't joking.
No, yeah. They were difficult.
Oh.
Yeah, you're so scared to break them. But yes, any professional pro wrestling collector for figures
That one's in a red box, too.
knows that this is the latest Legends line for the Ultimate Edition figure. Bret the Hitman Hart in his pink jacket, which is really nice. It's the second time they've done an Ultimate, and didn't give him a freaking belt, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, let's read the back. Trained in the famed Heart Dungeon. The Hitman built himself into the greatest technical superstar in WWE history, which is why I love Bret Hart, because I love technical wrestlers. They're called technicians. They are specialists in the art of wrestling. Okay? People say that wrestling is fake. It takes true skill to be known as a technical wrestler. From tag team glory as one half of the Hart Foundation to his legendary WWE Championship reign, Bret Hart is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Thank you for doing all of that in the middle of that. Whatever. But yeah, 6 foot, Calgary, Alberta,
Sorry, guys.
Canada, sharpshooter, 5-time WWE champion.
What
Newest
does-
addition to my Ultimate Edition collection.
What does technician mean?
Technician?
Yeah.
They're like a grappling artist. There's not a move in the book that they don't have. They just have they have like the deepest arsenals. Not to say that people of other special, other wrestling classes don't have a deep
He really does
arsenal.
look young.
But yeah,
He's old now.
when it comes, so like you're gonna come across people who call some people's move sets 3 moves of doom, 5 moves of doom, something like that, and that's because noticeably a lot of wrestlers, they only do like, you can count on your hands all the different moves that they do that are at least unique outside of just like generic kicks and generic punches and stuff like that, right? And yeah, it is probably true when they say that Bret Hart is the best technical wrestler.
He's got the most moves.
He's not my favorite technical wrestler.
Testicle wrestler.
Testicle wrestler. But yeah, I snagged this guy in KC. Was really happy because my local Walmarts and Targets are pretty lacking, except for that Super Target we went to last night. But even then, it did not have this figure. It had an AJ Styles, which is really nice. AJ Styles is
Also
probably
had that new line.
yeah, AJ Styles. The new line is Seth Rollins and Andre the Giant, and those were officially getting shipped out 4 days ago.
I meant like the new 100.
Oh, the 100 line for the Elite Mattel editions. Yeah, this is actually a very big milestone for Mattel, that it's their 100th Elite line. I mean, basic editions, the basic line is very far past 100, but the Elites are the best-selling version of wrestlers, okay, because they're better than the basics, but they're cheaper than special promotions like this. So yeah, the Elite line that's Mattel's baby, at least for wrestling figures. But yeah, I almost went to a store called Tabletop Game and Hobby, but Mason wanted to go to a dispensary. So yeah, we had to do that.
Couldn't go to both?
Well, I kind of wanted to go there because I noticed that it shared the same parking lot as vintage stock, and we kind of went to a Walmart and Target before vintage stock, and I was starting to feel kind of selfish with people's time. So I was like, yeah, let me not go to 4 destinations in a row because of
Like,
me.
fuck them.
Yeah, I know,
Especially
but like,
if I'm the one driving, fuck them. No,
you know
like
what?
actually, fuck you.
You know what? You make a really good point. Like there was so many reasons. Oh, dude.
Just be like, I'll go anywhere else you want. I want to go to my places too.
I mean, that's the fact. That's the thing, though. I had done that. But I would have loved to take a walkthrough for tabletop game and hobby. Because, there was going to be obviously
my
Dungeons and
allergies.
Dragons galore there.
It's springtime, definitely. My allergies are not happy right now.
Oh, yeah? But, yeah, that was the best week of my life. Maybe. But, yeah, it was very special to me from beginning to end.
Honestly,
Great
this
things.
week was pretty great for me, too.
Great
so
things.
Just if I didn't work as much.
Really great things, man. I mean, I was getting congratulated all week because of my short film. Like, it's got almost 100 views on YouTube. And I was getting congratulated, like, way to go. It was so good. Stuff like that throughout the entire
It's
week.
great because those views, like, considering the length of the film, most of those are probably, like...
Suggestive?
All the way. No, full views.
Full views? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and you have to watch the whole film to, like, almost kind of get it.
I could probably figure that out right now.
Because, like, you don't really get to a conclusion until literally the last shot of the movie.
Yes.
Like, literally the last shot of the movie.
So you had 22% viewer retention by the end of the video.
Oh, they probably skipped out on the credits.
I guess, yeah. At what point do the credits start?
I think they're 30 seconds long.
So
Or 25
4 minutes
seconds long.
even?
Yeah.
That means... Right here, you were at 46%
Okay.
viewer retention.
Go to 350.
On 350? How about 349?
Doesn't make sense.
I got 352 and I got 349.
Interesting.
And they're both at 44% viewer retention.
Okay. Well, anyways, that is all the good news that I have brought to you this week. Jordan, tell them what we're going to do next week.
Technically, we already saw Star Wars, but you'll get the review of that next week.
40th anniversary. We finally get to say we saw an original trilogy
Don't talk
Star
too much
Wars
about
movie.
it. I want to talk.
In
I
the
want to
theater.
definitely nail home.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
fact
all
that-
I'm going to say about it. But yeah, tune in next week for us to review that. And
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Volume 3. I've been anticipating this movie for 2 years.
Since the last one came out. I think it's been longer than that, hasn't it?
I mean, actively waiting
Okay.
for this movie
I guess
for
that's
2
a valid-
years.
That's a very valid point.
Oh, dude, I remember having James Gunn post on Instagram say, we have 1 year until the premiere of Volume 3. And I'm like,
Then I got delayed.
oh my goodness. I was like, we really have to wait that much longer, bro. Like, why did they... Like, that's what I hate about Hollywood sometimes is, hey, this movie will exist 3 years from now. You know,
Takes time to film it, man.
yeah,
And
I feel
then
like
edit it,
Christopher
and-
Nolan should be the only person allowed to do that because he has like this thing where the trailer comes out a year before.
I mean, look at Spider-Man No Way Home. That came out like literally a month before the movie. The first trailer for that.
Well, yeah, because
People were hyping it.
Come
out.
on. But yeah, double header. First time we ever review 2 movies for an episode. I actually got to get around and professionally structuring how we're going to review movies from here on out. Because, we have a good time talking about the movie. We have a solid time talking about why we like it and why we don't and stuff like that. But we really need to get some categorization on some stuff like this. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next week. Let's get into...
Real quick, what do you think external means for how viewers find this video?
Excuse me?
So there, it shows me a section on how viewers find this video. And I'm on your final project here. And the number one is external. And it's got 58.8%.
External.
Yeah. And the next one underneath that is direct or unknown. I'm assuming that's a direct link. That's 17.5%.
Google is a really good thing, you know?
But I can actually also go back and see the average view duration. On average, people watch 2 minutes and 23 seconds of this video.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And I guess, obviously, I will announce this because, I mean, this whole episode has been like a really big announcements.
What are we announcing?
Hey, if you haven't watched the film, go freaking watch it. I don't know what
Okay.
you're doing still listening to this podcast episode without getting a little curious. It's called The Film Project under the Scald Stone Productions YouTube. Check it out, baby girl. With that said, also more announcements. I still have to decide which paper I'm uploading, but maybe I'll upload all 3 papers. I write about the WNBA. It's going to be active on the podcast, on the scaldstone.com website. Check it out if you like to read about women's sports. It's a hard sell, but yeah. Jordan, what's the question of this episode?
You know, that's a really good question. Maybe that should be it.
Shut up.
No. What was your... I want to do something related to the draft. Did your football team draft who you wanted them to? What? You don't like that?
Do you?
I don't care.
Okay.
The questions, they're not really significant to me.
Okay. Guys, if you got an NFL draft memory, what's your favorite or least favorite draft memory?
Okay.
Thank
That
you for the sports fans this week. Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay. I think I broke a wheel. This is why we don't have guests sit in these chairs. Anyways, guys, wherever you're listening, rate us 5 stars or give us a like on YouTube. We're available on Spotify, Google, and Apple
We're doing a
Podcasts.
short episode this week.
Oh my goodness, there's 30 minutes left.
I mean, I'm okay with a short episode. It's been a long week for me, so I'm very okay with that.
Well, that means we have more stuff to talk about.
Do we have more stuff to talk about?
Do we have more stuff to talk about?
I have nothing more to talk about.
Shoot. Oh, I'm thinking about more things that, let me dive more into what happened when my class finally got to see my short film.
Okay.
And I know I'm talking about a lot about my short film, but
I
like
think
this
you
is
should be.
exciting stuff. This is really big stuff. And you know what's funny? Okay, so Mason,
Damn.
I,
All right.
I hung out with Mason the last 3 days, okay? Relax. Jordan. Remember that shot where I described to you, we have to have this pan and slowly stop like Wes Anderson style? Remember when I had you come and shoot for the film? And we had to stop at the door frame?
And the zoom.
And I described it like, hey, Wes Anderson style? Yeah. the teacher talking about it amongst the class, he's like, you know, like the Wes Anderson pan over, and I'm like, he gets it. He gets it. Of course he gets it. That's why he teaches this crap. So yeah,
Did
him
they
and I.
mention my zoom into the little push closer towards the door frame?
I don't think so.
Oh damn.
I mean, I think it was highly favored by the class in general.
Because like that specific part was all me. You didn't tell me to do that,
No, I didn't.
and
I didn't.
I did that.
Everything else that ever happened in the film was under my instruction, but that little zoom in through the door frame was genius. It was genius. Yeah. I almost felt a little selfish, meaning like it was a group project, and at the very end it says written and directed by Isaac William Joseph. But it was literally only written by and only directed by Isaac William Joseph.
Kemi acted. Not Kemi. Kemi's the other one.
Oh my gosh. You racist.
That's not okay.
Wrong African girl, Jordan.
What's her name again?
Her name is Sameta.
What did you Sammy, right?
Sammy. I say it about a million times in the 5-minute film.
That's what was confusing me. Is it Kimmy, Sammy? There's too many E's.
Oh yeah.
Kemi.
Cammy.
Either way.
But yeah, Sammy.
She acted in it.
Yeah, she was an actress in it. Yeah, she did very good for what I wanted from her.
And
Honestly,
then you're a third person that was just not there. Doesn't exist.
we're not gonna talk about that. Out of respect, because I'm professional like that.
Yes. You're a good boy.
Yes.
I love it.
Because Sammy, she had quite a big problem with her absence. She's like, "You gonna just let her off the hook like that? Don't give her excuses." And I'm like, "Girl, it's water under the bridge. We gotta operate.
We got it done. We got it taken care of, and it was good.
It was
It
good.
was the best.
It was the
in
best
class.
in class, dude. I still can't believe it. He says the only thing he would change about it is the pacing. He's like, there's some moments where it's like, okay, let's move on. Which I totally had a feeling that was the problem. There's also another problem, which is, the audio quality. I gotta figure out how to put mics on my actors without it being obvious that I have mics on my actors.
Like I said, most of the time in real films, they'll just dub it over later. That's what you should have done. But, like, we don't have necessarily...
We didn't have time for that at all.
Time or, like, the process for that.
No. Trying to have Sammy trying to recollect what exactly she said.
I mean, you can just watch the video. All you do is just cut out the all audio from it. Or maybe not all audio, but, like, most audio. And then you just write a script from the video or, like,
Yeah, redo the audio that was, like, just really bad at some points. Or just wasn't quite loud enough at some points.
The difficult part would be trying to match your lips. Right?
Yeah. And also trying to, like, match the volume.
Volume's not so much of a problem as long as as long as it looks natural. Like, you could talk like this in the video, or you could just talk like this in, like, a microphone, and it'd probably still be fine.
I don't know, man, because, like, I tried to add, I tried to add that and cut at the very end.
But also, like, I don't have a proper microphone at my house anymore because they're here.
Yeah. That was a headset microphone, so.
That wasn't even a headset microphone. That was my camera. Actually, I think, no, you did use the headset. That's right.
So, yeah. But, yeah, I had one girl in the class. She's like, I really like that shot right below the video camera. You know what shot I'm talking about?
Yeah, the closing one.
Yeah, the one that you said was seamless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to actually use some magic for that because I had to actually continue the audio from the previous shot, which was the wide shot of both of us, mute that shot, and overlap it. And yeah, that click of the camera actually opening up is crisp. So crisp. You said seamless. Because you know why?
The audio really helps,
bro. Because it freaking was. And yeah. Yeah, that is by far my favorite shot, and I'm glad that at least one classmate recognized that shot. And I think that's really what... Jordan, I'm going to say it again. I don't think I deserve to beat what this video that the other guys made. They made a video about how this guy has a roommate who's absolutely terrible. And it's because that roommate is Deadpool. It was actually a fun idea. Really fun idea. And, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that was the only video that the teacher was like, don't change a thing. I was like, dang. Well, I know what video he'd vote for. But, you know, I voted for it twice. Like, I can't believe that I didn't vote for my film. And it still went through. Isn't that a little wild?
It is wild.
But I think what made a lot of the classmates favor mine was that although the production value was a lot more well done and the idea was a lot cooler in their video and not mine, I think our video, Jordan, our short film, definitely has, I think, more interesting shots.
Yeah?
Yeah, like that close-up of the camera. Side shot of me walking and then suddenly stopping at the door frame. You know, the pulling out of the door frame literally being the same shot, being the first and last shot of the film. You know, that was a super clever move, you know. And that wasn't even the first idea for that shot. The last shot was supposed to be a second view of the first shot with like Brandon or you holding the camera. Or Brendan, I should say. But yeah. Jordan, what are you doing on your phone, brother? You're watching it. It's a lot better with audio.
I'm sure it is.
Plus the acting's a lot better in it, too. What do you think of it on silent so far?
We're recording!
You could have just pretended they weren't there.
No!
Jordan, what do you think of it so far?
Some of the camera shots I don't necessarily like. There was one that was... Granted, our camera shots were also very mediocre.
Yeah.
There was one of the, like, opening shots. It did not look good.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they really set the scene. Really opening up the video. He's a really big Deadpool fan. I'll tell you what, though.
It's cool that they got, this dude has a full Deadpool costume like this.
Yeah. So how they explained it in class, he's like, yeah, so I have a friend that recently bought a replica Deadpool suit. And, yeah. We just took advantage. I mean, I know I would have. Hannah said she would have. But I think I have some biased pools of people around me. Because I've been showing this Deadpool video because it deserves its recognition. I showed it to Hannah and I showed it to Dad. They both prefer my film because they're biased. But dude, I've watched that Deadpool film at least 4 times.
It looks like it'd be very fucking funny.
Oh yeah, it's
With
great.
Audio.
But what my dad says is that mine is more original. Simply because, you know, there's a lot of jokes in that short film that is basically, oh yeah, that's a Deadpool joke.
Yeah.
And that's a Deadpool joke. Oh, he loves chimichangas, and so he's going to go crazy about chimichangas. You know, he's going to hump a stuffed animal unicorn because, you know, that's definitely what Deadpool would do. You know, it's like you went with Deadpool and you ran with it. You know, the jokes write themselves because of it. But I'm not going to discredit them in the slightest. I believe that they should have won in the first place. Yeah, it's all around great. and I recommend anybody to go see it.
There was just this one shot that had a pan in it that was very unnecessary, but
What shot?
he's on the couch, kind of panned over a little bit for no reason.
Oh.
I'm being hypercritical of this film. Just want you to know that.
Yeah, there's a reason why my teacher, who's been in video production for over 20 years, said to not change a darn thing about it. Not change a darn thing about it. So, yeah. Well, it's an hour 10. Do we get into the closer?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through the rest.
Find
of
us
the
on
video
social
though.
media. Find us on our Instagram at Too Many Words Podcast. Find us on Facebook. Our whole entire company, is Scaldstone Productions. Might shorten it to Scaldstone. I don't know yet. It's getting really messy on whether or not that's going to happen, but it's whatever. Jordan, where can they find us on social media?
You can find me on TikTok on it's.justjordan at TikTok.
Yes. He finally says it, even though he said it in the podcast earlier tonight. But yeah. And since we forgot to do this in the beginning, it's Sunday, April 30th, 9:59 p.m. We're gonna soon. I mean, it's not gonna affect you guys as consumers or viewers or listeners. We're gonna switch up when we record. Thursday nights, you say?
Thursday nights.
So I'll see you. We'll just do this right after the Guardians movie.
Probably.
All right, it's gonna be a late night.
I guess so.
It's fine with me.
Also, when does this episode come out?
Well, what's 2 Saturdays from now? Because we could just take a week off after we record that next episode.
Maybe.
So we can go back to just the 1 week.
Maybe.
But this episode comes out May 13th.
Okay, so yeah, then keep an eye out for the Mother's Day episode.
It's official now.
Yeah. As long as your mom said it's okay next Sunday.
I told her Sunday next week.
Okay.
Afternoon. She's like, fine. She was like, can we do it in the morning?
No.
Before church? And I'm like, Mom, nobody's going to wake up at 7:30
Work
to
till
do a
4,
podcast. Wonderful. But, yeah. So, Jordan. Oh, yeah. You can find me at _William Joseph on Instagram. And you can find me also.
You can tell.
Wait, I have to remind myself what my TikTok handle is.
It's not just Isaac.
At _William Joseph. So it's the same. It's the same.
It's funny that I copied your TikTok handle. And
You
then
did,
you
and then I
fucking
changed it. Well, I changed it to our company for a brief moment.
I guess that's true.
But yeah. Hey, it's Adam Warlock. Yay.
I showed him on my camera too.
Yay. Never gonna stand.
Well, I have him posed right now, so
Yeah.
he's like, "Urgh."
But yeah. Jordan, who or what do you want to make this podcast episode out to?
This podcast goes out to 80s F-body Camaros.
All right. This podcast goes out to the greatest week of my life. It goes out to Kansas City. It goes out to my short film. It goes out to my radio show. Or, not my radio show. My internship for a radio station. Okay, just so many good things are coming my way. I feel super blessed. So, you know what? This podcast episode goes out to God. Super thankful for you, man. Always blessed. Always working.
Always working.
Always working. So.
Amen on 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Amen.
And maybe we want to space the clap from when we say amen.